stats, like very good picks, I would say. Esmeralda in combination with the Joy makes it sure that Esmeralda counters Uranus and also allows for the Joy to be comfortable. Now, this is the dilemma because Onic PH, when they do this, it's usually because they have a plan against it. They put in the live bait, planning out the heroes that they could use, and then putting out a hero that Execration might focus on. So, do not be surprised, guys, if Onic PH is gonna show us something that's really surprising.
Yeah, more like yesterday in the SGD and new level matchup where Chu was forced into the Claude pick. The only pick they had left, it's Onic Page doing the same thing, the Execration. As Admiral Akbar said, it's a trap. I wonder if Execration is going to be walking into this one as Onic PH picks up the Hylos and the Popol and the Koopa. I love how Onic PH really keeping their cards close to their chest, not revealing exactly which core they're going to be going into with this.
Your team is banning.
It's a Kimi ban from Execution. I like it because Kimi as well as the Popol and Koopa would be really strong for Onic PH. Onic
Disastrous for Execution base.
Wow. Is this a Lancelot ban?
I think
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think we're not gonna see the sparring the swordsman duel it out, but
No sword fight.
Lancelot band's a little too far, isn't it? I feel like we might be able to be more comfortable with there you go. Kufra might be better.
Yeah.
Execration, as I said, I think Onic might also be reading that Execration, when they start losing, this is what they do. And I think the draft might show that they're just gonna go back to what they were. Like exactly right now, this is definitely gonna be either Billy, Zapnu on the what do you call that? On the Terizla, but this time around they went for Xborg. Maybe he goes for the Jawhead.
We've seen Chakno on the Xborg before, so yeah.
I just want to say that I like what Rockhart said. When Execration is off of a loss, they always go revert back to status quo or revert back to what they used to be. It's like they're turtles that when poked, they just get inside their houses.
Yeah.
It's really evident. Oh, there you go. This is why I said I don't want to ban out the Lancelot because I think that they might consider Hanzo, and they will. Oh my.
The house that Billy built, the house that Zapnu built, Execration now, they're gonna stick it close to their chest now. As much as Onic PH tried to shield the Hanzo, they had to pick it up at this point. It's their very last pick, if anything. In Execration here, they're gonna play a Season 4 lineup. This is a Season 4 lineup through and through. You got your solid supports, you've got your offlaners, and of course you're gonna funnel into this carry. And the Onic PH, man, just showing us the new hotness in Hanzo, debuted yesterday in the MPL by Brenny Sports. Looking at these two lineups, now I need to hear it from you guys. This might be Execration's last game. Is this Turtle-esque setup wherein they just go back and retreat into what they know, what they can do well, enough to keep them in the playoffs? Rockhart, real quick, talk to me. What's your prediction?
Man, I think that's an Onic 2-0. As much as I really want to see Execration go for game 3 here, they've been read. This is basically Onic reading what exactly they have researched about Execration. It's coming true. If I were Onic right now, oh my god, they did exactly what we thought they would. And, you know, they might have something ready for it.
It's a trap. It's a trap, man. I can totally see the trap now. Wolf, gotta hear from you real quick. Which team do you favor in this matchup based on Game 2's draft?
Yeah, I am alive, guys. This is just one of my forms. Don't worry.
Yes,
Onic,
you're good.
I think this is straight up Onic PH. The Hanzo is the only spice in this lineup, but the rest is just comfort for the members of Onic PH. Look at Iakno in this specific game. They will be able to win it.
All right. I guess it's going to be unanimous, as sad as it is, man. The panel thinks Billy will not get a trophy this season. But with that being said, the action still has to unfold and anything can happen. This is the playoffs. Let's hear from Nomad and Seiya and hope for something good.
Billy will still get a trophy. I feel like it's going to be a game. We're gonna have a game 3. That's how I feel this. That's how my heart feels this. But of course, we're gonna let the action unfold and see what the teams want to happen. Of course, this is game number 2 in this best of 3 series. Onic potentially may go up against Brent Esports tomorrow in the lower bracket finals, and we're gonna be delivering the action. I'm Nomad. Alongside with me is Zaya. How are you feeling about this matchup? Are we gonna get a game number 3, or is it going to be a black and gold versus black and gold tomorrow?
To me, draft wise, I am liking execrations, but there is the mysterious factor for the side of Onic here that I just really, my gut feeling says that something bad is, or something so good that it's bad that's gonna happen when Onic PH comes into play. So to me, I will be agreeing with our panelists right here. I think this is a 2-0 for Onic PH, but let's see, because this is game number 2 between Onic PH and Execration.
You guys are not trusting your hearts in this. Billy will be getting his trophy, and I feel like this might be the case. But Onic PH, though, we're gonna have to see if they will allow that with the rotations here from Oh My Venus on that Popol and Koopa. Will be trying to deter Execration from coming out of their bottom side jungle. And again, if you're going to be taking notice about the map, Oh My Venus has been rotating left, top to bottom without any problems in all of the games that they played.
Which is your usual go-to strategy, especially if having this kind of setup. Speaking of setup, looks like N2X will be cornered by 3 members of Onic PH, and Jay will be getting that first blood. But again, I think this is not yet over, but that was a close call for Hate right there, by actually getting picked off by the Hanzo.
And yeah, speaking of Hate has to go online. Hate has to pop off here. We're already seeing Chakno in his grok. This is his, as you may call it, his natural territory.
Natural habitat.
His natural habitat, Chakno. Of course, Chakno is good on that grok, but the rest of the team has to step up. I'm kind of impartial with Zapnu's X-Borg here, but yeah, there are times where Zapnu's X-Borg were really good. But when at times like these, they should have went for the Onic PH route and went for comfort picks. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I agree with you on that, because in a matter of consistency, I think it's a bit shaky for Zapnu's export right here, because it would have been nice if it was really comfortable on his hands, and like the Chursla per se, but it really gives me that that question mark factor for this Hanzo, because this could be how do you coin it, the linchpin, if I'm not mistaken. Did I say that right?
Yes,
That could be one of the linchpin of Onic PH right here, because it's very interesting, and the positioning of this Hanzo is just really on point. That really gives this amount of threat to Execration.
And the only viable person to actually hunt down Hanzo here is going to be Benny Cutie. And Benny Cutie is in no position at this point in time to actually contest Hanzo. They need to at least get 2-3 items in for Benny Cutie to be able to deal with Hanzo, for that matter. And the fact of the matter is, Wise and the rest, Omega Venus and the rest of Onic PH are doing a good job just keeping Wise safe, like keeping everybody away. But this game is still too early to tell unless Execration decides to pop off.
Yeah, and popping off they might be, because Oh My Venus here might be going for the Koopa for that stun, and that will be a no hesitation tower dive, and might be going for a kill. But okay, I thought for a split second that he could have still survived. But again, going here into the bottom. However, that was a little strand of hair of HP, and Chaknu was into the range of the turrets, and that is a pick off for the side of Onic PH once again.
That was too sour, bro.
I think
Like-
he had sour strips earlier.
I think he did. That was uncalled for. Yeah, that was good. You brought Wise down to 1 HP, literally one bar, one auto attack. I mean, he could have went for the Guardian's Barrier, potentially hit him. Could have been the case, but he's not. Chaco's not living the 8G lifestyle, so to speak. Not running the execute on the Grok. So the sprint on that Grok for Chaco is going to be the case here to catch Wise.
Yeah, but okay, true. Rock will be the focus. But speaking of focus, look at this one. The ghost, or how do we call this? The demonic gnome of Hanzo. Yeah, Numa. I'm sorry, Nomu. Of Hanzo right here. If you look at the damage, and you have to take note that was one of the tankier heroes of Execration, meaning at early as 4 minutes at this point, we are already seeing how Wise really scaled through. But speaking of scaling through, Execration might be going for a little bit of a push here into the top. Onic PH will be taking advantage of this positioning of Execration by getting the objectives.
And they're going to be training that out for a tier 1 turret here. Zapnu, again, low on HP, forced to use the last insanity to escape the grasp of Wise. And Zapnu should really just be backing off. There's no way that he can fight that.
That was unfortunate. Quick off for Execration right here, and as early as 5 minutes, we can already see a huge difference between Onic and Execration. Oh, this is a bit of a sticky situation for the side of Execration right now, because in terms of resources, Jay was the one who was able to get the blue buff of Execration, and in terms of positioning, I'm still putting it into question as to why they are scattered off. Meanwhile, Onic here is just, being low-key, being, grouped together and getting just skirmishes, fights all over.
And that's going to be another pause called Zapnu is really not performing. He's not performing to his best here at this point, where it all matters, mind you. Everything matters here for him now. And man, it's not looking good. If he keeps this up, just giving away free kills to Onic PH, it might just be the end of their run here.
It started off with the iffy position of Chaknu being way too deep into our map, and finding himself really going towards the range of the turrets, allowing a free kill for Onic PH, and then it kind of followed through when we are already seeing some mispositionings happening from Execration. Okay, I understand that there are the carry and the Esmeralda is on top. Esmeralda, I think, will be like a protection per se towards the carry, but there's one thing is that the carry is not given enough space. Number two, if two people are already in the top area, that leaves a lot of space into the other lanes that Onic PH can abuse, and that was the turtle take earlier. So this is a very different gameplay for Execration comparing to what we had during the previous day, and even earlier.
It's really disappointing to see how Execration is showing up in this game. It should really not be this case.
Yeah. I mean, if ever so that they kind of are in a pinchy situation, but not as early as 6 minutes in.
Yeah, and even if we're gonna be talking about the draft here, Execration's draft is okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on here. Is this Execration just feeling the pressure, or are they already feeling defeated after that game number 1? What do you think?
The irony of this is that Onic PH was the one who really exerted more amounts of effort regarding that 54-minute game earlier during our first series, in which case Execration should be the one to feel a bit more pressure. But on this case, however, it looks like the grouping up together tactic for Onic PH is still coming into play, getting that pick off Benny Cutie from the top, and against while Jay and the Uranus here is into the turtle side. So far, Execration here kind of is forced to back away because look at that top. It's already being pushed. This is really giving. This is just, really Onic dictating or controlling this game rather.
Looking at Iaknu, already having that Blade of Despair, turrets are gonna go down fast with him. And if it's going to be an Oh My Venus on that, it's gonna be an Oh My Venus on that Popolin Koopa, it's going to be split push galore for these two guys. Wild Chart's gonna be forced by Chaknu. He's not gonna be able to escape the grasp of that Koopa. And man, Execration, they're falling apart.
To me, this is really sad to see because this is, I think, one of the best drafts of Execration. Really comfortable, and they're your go-to Chakna with the Brock. But the fact that they are not able to position themselves in a way that they could at least pick off or engage in skirmishes fights is really uncalled for, Nomad, because if you notice the pattern of Onic PH right now, they're always grouped together. They're roaming, they're grouping up together, and still focuses on the objectives. Well, Execration here a bit messy. If you saw earlier, they wanted to attempt for that turtle steal, but with the top side being pushed, it was a very good reason for them to just really back away and defend.
The silver lining here for Execration, though, I just gotta point this out, is that carry Hate is currently leading in terms of gold, way ahead of Wise. So if Execration can hold out as long as they can, Hate would be online because Hate hasn't died yet in this game.
And that is where we could see the efficiency of a carry come into the late phases of our game. I think Hate just really needs to earn up a lot and to really position himself in a very safe one where he could free hit freely. But the thing is, looking how Oh My Venus utilizing the Popolin Koopa right there. If you saw earlier, right? You mentioned this that Chaknu's Grok was slain by Koopa, right? So that is one thing that you have to consider. And here, limited resources are, forced for the side of Execration. And again, we are seeing the ghost of Hanzo just really shoving it on the top side. Meanwhile, here onto the middle, we are seeing another fight right here. The Immortality will be popped up, but a knockdown will be used and Pylos will be going for the cleanup. Guardian's Barrier will be used to pin down Jay, but Jay, with the help of his ult, still manages to get that movement speed to go back. And this is the time wherein Execration gets messy. They are forced to back themselves away and gives a lot of leeway for Onic PH to really go for pushes.
Pushes are something that Execration needs to do too. They only secured the tier 1 turret on the top lane and then nothing else. Not even able to secure a single turtle in this fight.
Yeah, this is okay. So the troll right here is going to be a little bit of overextended there, especially when he was alone. That was I guess, that pickoff though still isn't suffice enough to actually go head to head for Onic PH right here. Because look at the gap, they are on 4K gold. In terms of objectives, Onic has the upper hand. Okay. Right, the Glorious Path will be used. There's the knock-up right there, and you can see the health really dwindling into those health bars. Uranus will be going for the kill. And Pylos with that cleanup. Tower dive will be in no hesitations for the Koopa. And let's see, it's a bit scattered right now, and Chaknu and Benicudi will be forced to be merging themselves together. But then Falling Star is going to be used against Dilar, and the Wild Charge will be used to really escape that potential pickoff for Onic PH. And I think with Dilar's really getting crunch here back there, just really throwing away the members of Execration so that Onic PH can secure this one.
You know how there are games where it's already done the minute the minute the game started.
It's decided.
Execration had signs of life because of their draft, but with the way that they have been playing this game too, I don't know. I don't know what's happening there.
I think I don't know. It's similar to your feelings right now. My heart really wanted execution for them to actually make this work because it's one of the best drafts that they have. Really comfortable, really fundamental, and they have it. They have the balance of the early, mid, and late. But the execution, however, and come to the gameplay, it's really scattered, really messy, and unfortunately, it's not really polished enough to, like what I said, at least pick off one or two members of Onic PH.
Man, I would have preferred a Terseru there so that their
Yeah.
team fight would have been on point for execution. If Zapno were on a Terseru, some of the big team fights here that we saw in this game could have went towards the side of execration because Onic PH in most of the team fight have been grouped up together. And one good penalty zone would just change the tides of battle. But instead, we have the Last Insanity. Yes, it has an AoE effect, but it doesn't have the disable that they need. The only disable that they have here is Chakno if he goes for the wild charge. And even then, will Onic PH be grouped up to go for the wild charge? And as I say that, there goes the Glorious Pathway. A bunch of ultimates are going to be committed here all at the same time. On the side of Onic PH, not a lot to do here for execration. They are on the back foot. The defense of a lifetime is now here as Oh My Venus secures the kill onto Hate. The primary damage dealer is down here for execration. Lord doing his job, just swinging out a lot on execration. Minions are crashing in. Execration low on HP. Immortality is going to be popped there onto Max, and this might just be it. Execration will bid their farewell. Actually, they managed to defend this. D-Lar, no minions available here for Onic PH. Still barely alive. Zapno falls down. They're going to be going at it. Wise using his Numa, yay. And Onic PH. Onic PH, they're going to be going up against Brent Esports tomorrow, and goodbye to execration.
Very exemplary victory for the side of Onic PH. Very one-sided, and for execration, still, congratulations for making it thus far, but the road ends here as Onic PH will be moving forward to our lower bracket finals. If I'm not mistaken, tomorrow to face off Brent Esports. So it's gonna be a battle of black and gold.
Indeed. Now, what's going to happen here is that Onic won this game. And
Yes.
one important note to fact here is that we're already sure that there's going to be a two-time champion.
Yes.
There will be two-time champions at the end of this playoffs. Now the question is, would it be Jay and Fusaken? Or would it be the 4 out of would it be Sunsparks roster, or would it be 4 out of the 6 Brent rosters? I don't know. There's really nothing much that we can talk about here because that was just a complete stomp by Onic PH. Not a lot to do here on the side of execration. They weren't in form. They weren't playing the way that they have been playing at the start of the playoffs. Even then, with the best draft that they can even go for, they still lost the game. What do you think happened there?
I think it's just really mispositioning all through. The carry wasn't given space that he needed, and really messy, really scattered me. There were a lot of shots that are so uncalled for, and I think it breaks my heart to to really say that execration lost, especially in this type of manner. But let's see how our panelists think about this. Leo, Wolf, and Rockhart, why don't you give us a gist of what happened?
Execration has been eliminated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back